Today's video is from the latest CoreLogic report, which shows how much the gap is increasing or decreasing between houses and units. So we can see here, so there are two tables here that we should focus on. So as you can see, for March of 2020, house prices or the median values are 677K versus apartments, which are 580K. So the discrepancy between the both is only 16.7%. So 677 versus 580. So it was almost as expensive to buy an apartment as it was to buy a house back in 2020. However, 4 years later, the premium has jumped up to 45.2% from 16.7%. So what that means is the prices of houses have skyrocketed, while the prices of apartments have increased, but haven't increased as much. So now what's happening in the market is the discrepancy between the value of the houses to the apartments, the gap is increasing a lot more. So this is mainly due to a few factors. COVID, which has forced or basically expedited the working from home phenomenon. It's also supply shocks. There's not enough houses or not enough houses to keep up with the demand of migrants that are coming in. And just generally, people are not wanting to live in apartments and wanting a bigger land space to grow their family or to grow their household and prefer houses rather than apartments. So here you can see the graph from 2020 March was 16.7%, the premium for a house compared to an apartment. However, now skyrocketed to 45.2%. So a lot more people are wanting to live in houses compared to apartments at the moment. So no shock here. Sydney has had the largest expansion in the house price premium since the pandemic. So the premium in March 2020 was 32.9%. Now fast forward 4 years, it's now 68.4%. This was the same for Melbourne as well, 38.5% to 55%, so big increases there. Brisbane, Adelaide, and Perth also had increases, but they weren't as much as Sydney and Melbourne. So you can see that Melbourne, Perth, Adelaide, and Brisbane grew 15 to 16%, whereas again, Sydney was the outlier. Darwin went backwards, actually, and the house price premium reduced by negative 0.2%, 12.2%. And Hobart is sort of tinkering on the edge of turning into negativity and is around the 1% mark. Okay, no surprises here, but Bellevue Hill was the biggest increase for the premium of houses over apartments, so in the eastern suburbs of Sydney. Bellevue Hill, Vaucluse were the two outliers, 525%, so 5 times, and 5 times for Vaucluse as well. Strathfield also was up there, almost going up 4 times. And then the other popular suburbs in Perth, Melbourne as well, also had massive increases between 3 and 4 times. So what that generally means is people are liking houses more than apartments. It's further fueling house prices that are increasing because there's more demand for people looking for houses over apartments. And with all this migration that's happening at the moment, yes, there are a lot of apartments out there, but most people are flocking to freestanding houses.